The year 1917 marked a turning point in world history. The Bolshevik Revolution in Russia sent shockwaves across the globe, inspiring hope in workers and fear in elites. Russia, a land of czars, became the first communist state. The revolution's impact was profound, leading to the Cold War and shaping the 20th century. Decades of social unrest, political instability, and economic inequality set the stage for revolution. Dissatisfaction with the czarist regime grew, culminating in the events of 1917. Early 20th century Russia was a land of contrasts, vast resources but plagued by poverty and oppression. The Russo-Japanese War of 1905 exposed the regime's incompetence, fueling discontent. The 1905 revolution forced Tsar Nicholas II to make concessions, but these were short-lived. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 proved disastrous, crippling the economy and exacerbating tensions. The Tsar's decision to personally command the army in 1915 left the unpopular Tsarina Alexandra in charge. Her reliance on Rasputin and perceived pro-German sympathies eroded public trust. Military defeats and economic hardships led to widespread suffering and discontent. The stage was set for a more radical revolution. By February 1917, Russia was on the brink of collapse. The February Revolution began with strikes and demonstrations in Petrograd, quickly spiraling out of control. The army joined the uprising, and within days, the Tsarist regime collapsed. Nicholas II abdicated, ending 3 centuries of Romanov rule. The provisional government, formed by liberal and moderate socialist leaders, faced an impossible task. Continuing Russia's participation in World War I proved deeply unpopular. The Petrograd Soviet, dominated by the Bolsheviks, held considerable sway over workers and soldiers. Lenin returned to Russia in April 1917, rallying support for the Bolsheviks with promises of peace, land, and bread. Lenin's arrival in Russia injected urgency into the Bolshevik Party. He argued for seizing power and establishing a dictatorship of the proletariat. Initially met with resistance, Lenin's call for immediate action eventually swayed the party. On October 24, 1917, the Bolsheviks launched their bid for power. Under Trotsky's leadership, armed workers and soldiers stormed key government buildings in Petrograd. The Winter Palace was captured with little bloodshed, and the provisional government was overthrown. The October Revolution, also known as the Bolshevik Revolution, had begun. The Bolshevik seizure of power marked a new era in Russian history. The Bolsheviks nationalized industry, confiscated land, and introduced one-party rule. They sought to export their revolution, establishing the Communist International in 1919. The revolution led to the creation of the Soviet Union and inspired communist movements worldwide. It contributed to the Cold War, a decades-long ideological struggle between the Soviet Union and the United States. The revolution's legacy is debated, seen as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale. One thing is certain: the Bolshevik Revolution was a pivotal event in world history. The Bolshevik Revolution shattered the old world order, introducing a new ideology. It inspired uprisings in Europe and gripped the capitalist world with fear. The Soviet Union, born from the revolution, became a powerful global force. Its model of a centrally planned economy offered an alternative to capitalism. The Soviet Union's role in defeating Nazi Germany in World War II enhanced its influence. The world was now divided by ideology, setting the stage for the Cold War. The Bolshevik Revolution remains a pivotal event. Its impact still felt in the ongoing struggle between ideologies and the search for social justice.